Happy Halloween, everyone! Even though I've reviewed the entire Halloween series, I wanted to do one more review for Halloween, and this one's a little more innocent. Very, very innocent compared to what I've been reviewing the past few days. It's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, and this one's going to be a weird review because it's not so much going over what I liked, what I didn't like. Spoiler alert, there's nothing that I didn't like in this special. It's a timeless special. And I reviewed the CGI Peanuts movie that came out in 2015. It's one of my favorite movies the year it came out, and I still like it a lot. But I think everyone can agree that the one thing that really made the Peanuts popular, outside of the original comic strips, were the holiday specials. And The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown is definitely one of those iconic holiday specials. This used to be a family tradition, to watch It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown every Halloween night. And for some reason that tradition kind of broke off once I got older. Not that I grew out of it, it's just my priorities were on horror movies specifically. So it's been a while since I've actually watched this special from beginning to end, and it's still as fantastic as ever. And you also get to see a lot of things that you didn't catch when you were a kid. For example, you really never clearly understand how badly Charlie Brown gets abused until you actually become an adult and you just feel so bad for the kid. I will say in this special, even though it's called It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown is not the main character. Linus is the main character, and the entire plot of the special is him waiting in a pumpkin patch for the Great Pumpkin, which is pretty much knockoff Santa Claus, but for Halloween. But really briefly, if I could get back to Charlie Brown, you watch this special and, people just hate him so much. Obviously, there's the iconic moment in any Peanuts thing ever where Lucy has the football, she encourages Charlie Brown to kick it, and then just as he's gonna run up, kick that football straight to the moon, Lucy just goes, yoink! Pulls it away, and then Charlie Brown just goes flat on his back and kills himself. But you just really feel bad for Charlie Brown. And then there are a couple other things that really made me go, this poor guy. There's a scene where he gets so excited about attending a Halloween party, and then Lucy has to say, Charlie Brown, if you got invited to a party, it was a mistake. There were 2 lists sent out. One to invite and one not to invite. You must have been put on the wrong list. And then she just walks off, and Charlie Brown looks so upset. I mean, the only thing you really want to do is just go and give the kid a hug, because he really gets it hard. Luckily for him, he still gets to go to the Halloween party, but everything else leading up to the event is just so miserable for him. For one, he doesn't know how to handle scissors when he's cutting holes inside a blanket to be a ghost, so he's just this weird ghost with a bunch of eyes everywhere. When he and the kids actually go trick-or-treating, there's that famous moment when the kids are in a circle looking at the stuff that they got. I got a candy bar. I got a quarter. I got a pack of gum. I got a rock. And again, I never realized how sorry I felt for Charlie Brown until I saw this from an adult mindset. Because with all the kids, he's in the middle of the line, waiting to get candy from each of the houses that they go to. And it's like they give Lucy candy, they give dirty-ass Pigpen candy, but then when Charlie Brown comes up, they just toss a rock right in there. It's like, oh, we know who this kid is. Here, give him a rock. He doesn't deserve candy. Let's just make his life miserable. And again, you feel bad. And then one of my favorite moments is when Charlie Brown is at the Halloween party and he gets asked to be a model. But it turns out they just want to use the back of his head to make a template for the jack-o'-lantern smile. And this time around, Charlie Brown's not even sad or embarrassed. He's just pissed off. He just has to sit there and take it. Who knows what would have happened if they had messed with him another time. And then you contrast all of that to Linus. He is the main focus of the special, and throughout the whole special, he's writing letters to the Great Pumpkin. He's going out to the pumpkin patch to await the Great Pumpkin's arrival. And I gotta give it to Linus. He really is committed to waiting for the Great Pumpkin. He is not giving up. No matter how many times people are telling him he's a blockhead or he's stupid for waiting for the Great Pumpkin, something that doesn't even exist, he just plants his feet firmly on the ground with his blanket in hand and continues to believe in the Great Pumpkin. Although I have to say, when rewatching this with an adult mindset, you gotta wonder, How many times has Linus actually written to the Great Pumpkin? How many times has he actually waited in a pumpkin patch? Say the Great Pumpkin does exist. How come he hasn't delivered any other toys to all the good kids out there? Is it because the other kids don't believe in the Great Pumpkin? It's just all these questions that are building up in my mind, like, what happens if Linus goes home? Does he even get presents? It's a lot to really think in once you're actually an adult and you really think about all the stuff in the special. Especially when it comes to the points in the special where it is downright weird. More specifically, when Snoopy is going around the entire place dressed up as the World War I flying ace, trying to hunt down the Red Baron. Because there's a quick sequence when we deviate from Charlie Brown and the gang going trick-or-treating, where we see Snoopy on top of his doghouse as if it's an airplane, taking off and trying to find the Red Baron. And he thinks he's in the European countryside after his plane or doghouse gets shot down. I don't want to say it gets psychedelic, but just gets really surreal. When you see Snoopy crossing a lake, sleeping on top of a haystack, and he finally makes his way into the Halloween party, which actually features one of my favorite disses towards Lucy that I've ever heard in anything Peanuts related. Because she suggests to everyone, let's bob for apples. This is the way you do it. And then some kid off frame says, yeah, you'd be good at it, Lucy, because you have the perfect mouth for it. Watching it in context with everything and how big of a talker Lucy is, that line cracked me up, and you just really realize how brilliant Charles Schulz was in terms of writing, where all the kids are, I assume, under 10 or reaching 10 years old, and speak like adults at points. So that's something that I really admire about Charles Schulz and Peanuts as a whole. It is one of the all-time classic Halloween specials. I want to try to make it a tradition to watch this on Halloween night along with certain horror movies, because it's amazing how this improves with age. And I'm not just talking about the special being as old as it is. I'm just talking about when you watch it when you're a kid versus when you're an adult, how it just gets better and you understand so much of the humor. Obviously, get off your ass and go see it right now, or I guess since this is a TV special, just sit on your ass and watch it now, because it's just clever all around. It is really a must-see in terms of Halloween as a whole. Even if you're that big horror movie guy and you want nothing but scares, blood, and gore, this is an essential Halloween watch. So there you go, that's my review for It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, and again, happy Halloween! I hope you enjoyed this review, as well as my review for the entire Halloween franchise. Since I reviewed this Peanut special, I will be reviewing the 2 other Peanut specials. And in terms of next Halloween, I'm going to go back to my traditional schedule, where I'll review 5 random horror movies the week before Halloween, or of, if next year lands on a Friday. So now I want to hear what you guys have to say. If you've seen It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, which I'm hoping you have, let me know what you thought of in the comments below. And until next time, I hope you enjoyed this review. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give this video a like, and of course leave a comment. Don't forget to support my Patreon page, follow me on social media, and until next time, this is the real Mr. Robinson telling you there's only one. And again, happy Halloween.